What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies. So we're just over here farming our mobs, collecting some things. Looks like we got an ender pearl, which is awesome. So yeah, guys, today I want to start working on some things around here, obviously. We were stuck last episode trying to get the structural upgrade Mark III or whatever, and that required some redstone, which I didn't have, and I haven't sifted any dust since then. But actually, I think what we're gonna do is shift gears a bit. I think what we need to do is actually set up a tree farm, or at least a place where we can grow trees and then harvest all the leaves and things like that. The leaves will allow us to make dirt easier. We can compost those leaves. And yeah, I think we need to sift a bunch of dirt so we can start progressing with the map. If we look at dirt and we look at the recipes or what it can be used in, let's see. We get over to where it shows, yeah, here we go, X9 Hello Civ. We can get acacia seeds. We already have pumpkin, which doesn't really matter. Cactus is something we don't have. Rubber tree is what I'm really interested in. That's a 2% drop. So that means out of 100 dirt, we might get 2, we might not get 2. Carrot seeds is something we don't have yet. So yeah, I would like to kind of go through all of these different things and get all of these different seeds that we still have yet to get. Yeah, we don't have melons yet either. And okay, so yeah, that's kind of what I want to work on today. So I mentioned before that I want to have like my tree farm out this way. So it is time to collect a little bit of blocks. Actually, I think I might have some slabs that we're going to build out with. Yeah, we already have these cobblestone slabs. Another thing I was thinking about, guys. This base is kind of ugly, but that's kind of how it starts out with Skyblock. But one thing I was noticing, for instance, if we go upwards a few blocks, like 10 blocks or 20 blocks, I can't remember, right here, everything turns blue around. Everything looks nice and it's not so dark into the void down below. I think what we're going to end up doing, this is at Y62 where I'm standing at, by the way, according to our mini map. I think what we're going to do is once we get to the point where we have automation, we have power, we can produce blocks and all of this stuff, I think we're going to move our base up to this level, because this is much nicer than when we go down a few blocks and everything's like black. I don't like that nearly as much as I like this. So yeah, we'll have our base down here. This is going to be a starting area, and once we get to the point where we can expand out, I think we're just going to tear all of this stuff down and rebuild up here. I think that is a good plan. But that is for the future, probably 10, 20 episodes from now. I don't know. That's just what I was thinking. I noticed that the void down below turned blue when I was stacking up before and then breaking all of the gravel and all of that stuff. But yeah, guys, so I am going to make a cut here. I'm going to build out a little path this way. I'm not sure how far out we're going to go. I guess it doesn't have to be super far. But I want enough room for expansion, so it's probably going to end up being bigger than this area. But yeah, let me go ahead and get to that, guys, and we will be right back. You know, guys, I was just about ready to start building out. I opened up a little spot over here, and then I saw SCYTHE join the game. No. You can see what the name tag on the minimap, though, from that custom mob. But anyway, yeah, you know, I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're gonna spend our first diamonds over here. Yep. I was looking, and you can do a builder's wand. Super cheap. It's 1 piece of obsidian and 2 diamonds get you a builder's wand. Let's see. Molten ardite to get the super builder's wand. Ooh, you know what? That is pretty good. We don't have ardite yet. We'll get that once we go to the nether. But yeah, for now, I think we're gonna build a builder's wand. So we got some obsidian last episode from a quest. So we'll go and stick that here, this there, and that there. Builder's wand! That is super, super awesome. And it's relatively inexpensive compared to the normal recipe. So we're gonna build out a cobblestone slabs, just because we don't have a lot of materials right now. But yeah, now we can go ahead and switch over to our builder's wand, and this should be way easier. Oh yeah, that is great. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to sleep through the night because we don't have things torched up just yet. But yeah, let me go ahead and get our tree farm going, and we'll be back. You know, having infinite cobblestone is really awesome when you need blocks to build with. So yeah, our barrel is completely full now, which is great. So we have 64 stacks of cobblestone available at any time, and then we can automatically get more, which is awesome. So I've spent some time over here. I've kind of rearranged things. This main center area was pretty messy. We had chests in the center and all this stuff. Bed was kind of thrown around. So I put the bed kind of in the corner over here out of the way. And then I put our tool station, part builder, and stencil table over here. I turned them into slabs. You just put the stencil table in your crafting grid, and it'll convert it into a slab. Same with all of these. So I've done that. Moved the trash can and our quartz grindstone over here. Our couple of chests I have moved over to this side. No longer stacked on top of each other. Doesn't really matter right now. This oak sieve I put right here. I was gonna put it up against the stone wall, but I don't want it to be like if I accidentally walk forward or something, I fall into the void. And I don't want the little bits and pieces that when we sieve to accidentally go into the void. I don't think they would, but yeah, just moving it away from the edge of the wall just in case. So yeah, we got some stuff going around here, which is pretty nice. So this is the area that I just built out. Just the 3 wide walkway and a little spot over here for what do you call that? Composting the leaves on both sides. And we got 1 dirt block in the center to grow our tree. Now, as we get going here, we'll get more dirt, so I can do a couple of different pieces around here, extend this out further, things like that. Got a chest with some ladders, so in case we get the big, tall oak trees, which we kind of want, since that's a lot of free leaves with a little bit of bone meal. Put all of our saplings over here, but yeah, ladders to climb up on those trees and take those down, bones, all of this stuff. The last thing that we do need, though, is we need to get some of our iron. We have plenty of iron right now, 14 blocks of iron. So I'm going to go ahead and take a block of iron, and that iron ingot there. We're going to make a couple of pairs of shears. I'll just leave some extra iron over here for later, because I'm sure we will need more iron in the future. So yeah, this is pretty much what I'm gonna do. Plant a tree, get some bone meal going here. I'll actually turn all of those into bone meal. Boom, there's our tree. So now, just a simple matter of going through, shearing all the leaves. We do get saplings when we shear the leaves, which is great. So it's not a complete loss. Well, at least we got a sapling, but almost a stack of oak leaves, which is pretty amazing out of that. Yeah, so now we'll have a way that we can compost for dirt really, really quickly. Yeah, I think this is going to be good. Kind of hoping we get a big tall tree, just so I don't have to keep spamming bone meal and planting and things. We can just climb up and get all of the leaves, which would be really nice. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this, guys, for a little while. Hopefully we will get enough to make a whole bunch of dirt and expand out a tree farm, expand out our farm that's actually growing food and things like that. But yeah, let me do this for a little while, guys, and we'll be right back. Alright, guys, so I've been at this for a little while now. I've collected a decent amount of dirt. I'm actually not even sure how much I have. Probably a little over half a stack. I went through 2 pairs of shears, and then did I just lose that leaf to water? Maybe I did. Oh my goodness. Stupid rain. We don't want rain. How much dirt do I have? I got 42 pieces. Plus there's probably another 10 pieces in those barrels already. I don't know if I lost that leaf to rain or if I just never actually went in there. But that is annoying. I don't want those to collect water. I just want those to compost. But yeah, guys. I was kind of thinking, since we went through an entire pair, or 2 entire pairs of shears, if we might look at doing Silk Touch, if that would be a thing that we can do. Yeah, we got 52 dirt. If we could do Silk Touch on our mattock, which has 7 modifiers remaining, that would probably be a smart idea, because Silk Touch should be able to get these leaves and then do that without wasting iron. And then this mattock already has moss 3 on there, so it's repairing really, really quickly. So in order to get Silk Touch, we need a Silky Jewel, which is 1 emerald, which we should have, and then for these Silky Cloths. Now, I was looking down here at this recipe, and this one uses those gold coins from Thaumcraft. We've gotten some of these, and we also, I think, have some of those bags that we can open to get more. I think all the gold coins are actually over here. Let's take a look at this real quick. And yeah, we got 18 gold coins, so we're gonna need 4 of those, and we're gonna need some string. So let's go ahead and see if we can get this going. If we can just add Soak Touch to my Maddock and not make shears, I think that's probably gonna be a lot better. Let's just grab that. Crafting table still on the floor in the center, which is fine. So I think it was like this, this, and that, and then 4 of these. Wait a second, did I do that wrong? Oh no, it's 8 of them. Okay, let's do that then. Okay, so there is our silky cloth. And we have 17 emeralds. Wow, that's a lot. Let's go ahead and make this. That. What are these? Emerald fragments from forbidden magic. Interesting. So there's a silky jewel. And we'll go ahead and put Soak Touch on this right here in the tool station. Oh, can we not put Soak Touch on the Maddock? Very interesting. Welp, I guess we can't do that. Is it just not gonna let me put it on that, or can I not put it on anything? That is got me wondering. Can I put it on my regular pick? Why won't it let me put it on there? I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. Repair material flint. Maybe it has to be a higher material than flint. Now, I wonder, can I upgrade these to cobblestone? I'm pretty sure this is repair material flint as well. I wonder, can I upgrade these things? Actually, I could just upgrade to iron straight away. Oh man, I was hoping we'd be able to do something with that, but maybe there's some kind of a limitation. I think it's worth going and testing why I can't put that on there. So I'll tell you guys what, I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I went into another copy of this world and I was just messing around with some things. So I spawned in a flint axe, a flint mattock. Wait, where's my Maddock? Did I leave it over here? Yeah, I spawned in a flint one of these in a creative world, and then I tried adding a modifier, and nothing was working. I was like, what the heck's going on? I forgot what the guana tweaks. Like, the tools by default don't have any modifiers on them, so you can't just add things. You have to put in the special, like a notch apple and diamond block and things like this to add a modifier. But anyway, we don't have that problem with this particular tool. Right above where it says modifiers, it says modifiers remaining 7. So we can in fact add modifiers to this tool, like this diamond for instance. We can add that, but we cannot add the silky jewel. So I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I tried adding a silky jewel to a flint Maddock in that creative world after I added a modifier, and that worked. So I think what's going on is we have lapis on here, and I think that you can't have both fortune and Soak Touch on the same tool. They're mutually exclusive. So I'm going to have to make a new Maddock and start out specifically with a silky jewel, which I think I am willing to do actually if we can get Soak Touch on one of these. Actually, I was just thinking about this also. There's a scythe. I've pretty much only used scythes before in the past, specifically for killing mobs in like a 3x3 area in front of you, but you can also use that to harvest leaves, or at least clear leaves. If you put Soak Touch on there, I believe it'll Soak Touch all those leaves. So I think we got everything set up over here to make some things. I mean, we might have enough aluminum brass to make molds to make all these parts and pieces. So I think that is what I want to do. We'll upgrade to a scythe instead of using a Maddock. We'll just use this to kill mobs and stuff like that. We can still make weapons and all this stuff later on, like a proper sword to do that, kill the mobs. But yeah, I think we're going to upgrade to a scythe. But in order to upgrade to a scythe, we need to upgrade our tool station to, what is it called? The tool station can be upgraded to the tool forge. So we need 3 seared bricks and some blocks of iron. We have all of this stuff. We can also use gold, it looks like, and I think maybe some other materials. But I'm willing to give us 4 blocks of iron to upgrade this thing. So let's get this done. We need 4 seared bricks, and I think I had a little bit more of that seared brick over here. Well, we got a little bit. Not quite enough. Do we have anything else in here maybe that I'm overlooking? Well, we got some grout. I can go ahead and smelt up that grout. I do believe I can smelt that. Oh wait, we got seared stone in here. 2 blocks. Ooh. Let's go ahead. I guess I've already done this a little bit. Yeah, I was gonna say I can throw some grout in here and then melt that down. But yeah, if we can just go ahead and just pour these ingots real quick, I think that's gonna be the best way. Getting the tool forge will definitely be good. That'll allow us to make hammers and the scythe, for instance, and other things such as that lumber axe. Okay, so here is 3 of those. I think I'm gonna have to make a new tool station. I don't know if this particular one is going to work. Do I have anything in there? No. But we'll try this in the recipe. If it doesn't work, we'll just make a new one. They're not super expensive. So I think it was that, this and this, and then wherever that thing went right here. Oh, that does work. We can make the slab tool forge. Perfect. Okay, so this expands out all the different things we can make. So scythe is what we want. So we have to make this large crossbar, a couple of the large tool rods, and then the scythe head. Okay, so I need to make a few more patterns here. Make some sticks and those and this, right like that. Nice. We're gonna need cobblestone because I do believe we have to use cobblestone to make the parts. So stencil table. Oh wait, no. Do we have? Are we gonna cast this? I think. Well, hold on a second. Let's just make these blank patterns first of all. So we're gonna do a scythe head. We need to do this guy, the tough binding, and then we also need the tough tool rod. Is it this one? Yeah, it must be this one. Tough rod pattern. Okay, nice. So those are the parts that we need, and then we'll come over here and cobblestone. Swap those around. Stone scythe. Make one of those and one of these. Okay, so now that we have those made, we can cast those parts. So put the scythe head here. Then we'll get some aluminum brass. I think we're just gonna need 3 of those. We'll throw those in there and get those melting down. Once that's melted down, all we gotta do is just pour the aluminum brass onto this to make the mold, and then we can actually make better tools. Okay, so this is gonna take a minute. Let me go ahead and get those patterns made, or I guess the molds made, and we'll be back, guys. Alright guys, so I ended up having to put more iron into this whole thing than I was originally expecting. So as it turns out, you can't use like paper rods or paper tough bindings. You have to make them out of metal. So I ended up making this all out of iron. So 8 iron went into the iron scythe head. 3 iron went into the iron tough binding, and 6 iron went into 2 iron tough rods. Each of them takes 3. So yeah, quite a bit of iron to prevent us from using iron. Yeah, there's logic there somewhere. Trust me guys. So over here, we'll go to the scythe, and let's go ahead and build this thing. Doot. And repair material iron, effective durability, attack speed, mining speed. So +5 attack damage, that's not too bad. And I do believe we won't be able to put that silky jewel on there just yet. So yeah, we'll have to either attack some mobs with this thing and get the experience level high enough so it gives us a modifier, or we will have to build the things to put on the tool to give it modifiers. Yeah, I don't think we got the resources to do that just yet. So I tell you guys what, I'm gonna go ahead and just kill some mobs here. Let's see how much experience we get from just like one thing full of mobs. And we got an Enderman over here. Give me a pearl. Give me a pearl. Nice. I thought I saw a pearl drop. There was one. Perfect. Okay, so how much experience did we get off of that? We got 346. Okay, so I'll have to do this like 5 or 6 more times to get that filled up, but I think that is okay. So let me go ahead and start attacking mobs here. Let's see if we get lucky. Shut up, dark space cave noise thing. Let's see if we get lucky and see if we can get a modifier on this thing. Oh man, guys. So I've been at this for a little while now, and our scythe did ding. I've been in and out of the game just checking different things and whatever. But yeah, if we let's see, if we go right here, our iron scythe, +1 attack and +1 modifier. So let's see. Yeah, modifiers remaining 1. And we did get a thing of quartz on there, so we got +6 attack damage. So that's not too bad, really. Let's go and get this stuff. So yeah, let's come back over here. And let's see if we can put that Silky Jewel on there. Hopefully we can. I mean, that's kind of what I was going for with this scythe. If we can't do this, then it's been all for naught. And it looks like we can put that Silk Touch on there. Great. So, scythe, got Silk Touch. Let's see, I was testing this out before, and yeah, it just clears like a 3x3 of leaves. Now with Silk Touch, oh baby, here we go. Now, we need to get more modifiers on this thing, so it can auto-repair. I think I'm going to continue to attack mobs over there, see if I can get some more modifiers on this scythe. Like I said, we want auto-repair. I'm going to cut down this tree now, because mobs could spawn at the very top log. Yeah, we definitely want the auto repair because I do not want to have to continually fill it up with iron to repair it. Where'd the wood go? There it is. Okay, so let me start skilling up this scythe, see what we can get as far as experience and the Iguana Tweaks modifiers, and we'll be back, guys. Oh man, guys, we got Smite on there, and then I decided we should try for something better, and we kept going. Now we got a +1 repair and +1 modifier. That is awesome. So, I'm really not sure what I want to do with that other modifier, if I should put a second moss on there, so this thing repairs much quicker. I know with one repair, it takes a while, like a pretty long while, for the durability to go back up. My other one has Moss 3 on it, and that repairs really, really quickly. But yeah, durability, 838 out of 1440, and we're still looking at 838. There it goes, it just went up 1. Yeah, I think we might try and add that other Moss on there, but I think before I do that, I want to continue to attack mobs, see what we can get on this thing. It's really awesome that we do have repair on there and another modifier. Maybe we should try and see how this thing works. Let's grow a tree real quick. I know we did this a little bit earlier, but I'm curious if it's actually been worth all this trouble. Hopefully it has been. We did end up putting a lot of iron in here, and with the repair, we won't have to worry about putting more iron into it. Bone meal. Yeah, I've been getting so much rotten flesh. I'm probably gonna go compost all that into dirt even more. So bone meal. Boom, there's a tree. And yes, actually, this is going to be really good. So I'm curious, I was looking at this earlier and it didn't look like that gave us any XP when I was Silk Touching these leaves. I'm curious though, does that take off durability? So we're at XP of 45 and durability of 819. Let's just do this a few times. And XP is still 45 and durability is 810. So it does use durability, but doesn't give us any XP for doing that. That's good to know. But yeah, that is really cool. So now we should be able to get all the leaves we want to make more dirt so we can sieve all the things. Like I said, it's probably going to take 200 dirt or so before we get our rubber trees. And then we have to hope that we get a sapling out of those too. So yeah, guys, I think we have done some good stuff here. So I'm going to continue to attack some mobs, see if we can get some more modifiers, continue to make some dirt over here so we can sieve stuff, and then hopefully we'll be able to get some rubber and all of that stuff going. So I'll see you guys in just a minute. Oh man, guys. So we just dinged again, and well, we dinged once before that too. I got +1 attack on the here. And then we got +1 smite again, that's the second one, and then +1 modifier. So yeah, now we have 2 additional modifiers for this scythe. So I think I will, in fact, put on an additional mossy, or an additional moss by hand, instead of letting it get that through the Iguana Tweaks skill up thing. Yeah, but as you can see, I've used a bit of durability here, a little over half of the durability. And that's with 1 repair on there. It's just not enough to keep up with me attacking these mobs. And then I think when we're growing trees, I'm going to be using a bit more durability that way too. So let's take one of these balls of moss, just one. I don't want to put 2 on there. And let's see if we can upgrade this. We'll do that and that. Yeah, there we go, moss 2. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now it should be repairing itself twice as fast compared to what it was before. I'm going to continue to skill this thing up. Again, I've been taking the rotten flesh and making dirt over here with all this inventory clogging stuff. You know, I killed a mob earlier and I got a dispenser. I'm not really sure what the deal with that is. But yeah, I've been getting a bunch of random stuff. We did end up getting carrots from the zombies. Yeah, we got 2 carrots in here. And, oh yeah, right, armor. I got a pair of running boots off one of the skeletons, I think. They're spawning with these red boots, and they gives me 10% speed, so I can move just a little bit quicker than I could before, which is pretty awesome. Otherwise, I think I'd have to get, you know, the high-end armor, or maybe Boots of the Traveler from Thaumcraft, or whatever. But yeah, that's really cool. Alright guys, so I tell you what, I'll continue leveling up that scythe over time. I'm just looking at how long this episode is, and we really haven't done any questing today. So let's do a little questing real quick. So I got 2 quests with unclaimed rewards. These are the repeatable quests from Mob Hunter. Yeah, so zombie attack, we went ahead and we got this. That's gonna give us an emerald. And then kill brainy zombies. These are the angry zombies. Yeah, that's gonna give us an earth shard. Okay, so those 2 are done. Now I was looking if there's anything else that we could do really quickly, and we could do this netherrack quest. This is pretty easy. We have to get a stone barrel, fill that full of lava, and then click it with some redstone. We've been getting redstone, actually, from witches. I was thinking if I should do something with my water. I guess I could just stick it in here. I can always get more later. So yeah, we'll do a stone barrel. We'll get some lava. I've been trying to keep up with this lava actually by filling it. Our lava supply here in our seared tank has been going down. Okay, so we got that done, and we can go ahead and click that. There we go. There's netherrack. So that's pretty cool. That'll go ahead and complete that quest. So let's go ahead and claim that reward. Just block a glowstone. Now another thing I want to do is now that we got netherrack, I want to upgrade our system down below. Once again, that's firing our crucible. So we need flint and we need a piece of iron. I got this iron off a zombie earlier actually, so that's pretty nice. So there's a flint and steel. Okay, let's go downstairs. Let's grab this lava. What the heck? What happened to my bucket? What? My bucket just disappeared. Okay, I'm not sure what that... Oh. What? I put in the casting basin? That's random. Okay, I thought there was some weird glitch, but no, I must have clicked through the lava into the casting basin. Okay, let's not do that. Let's just grab that lava. There we go. And we'll do this. So where this slab is, this is actually where we want the netherrack. I do believe if we stick it here, yeah, we can't put it there. With this in place, so we'll stick the netherrack there. Get rid of this slab. And let's go ahead and upgrade this to fire underneath. So now the melting speed of the crucible is 3x. It was 2x before. So yeah, we're going to be making lava much quicker this way. So that's pretty awesome. Unfortunately, it does make sound, makes the crackling fire sound, as opposed to lava, which just kind of bubbles or whatever. But yeah, that's fine. We'll get used to it. So yeah, we can go ahead and clean this up. Pretty cool. I think that is all of the quests for today. So we didn't do too much questing, but we got some stuff done. We made a decent amount of dirt. How much we've made so far? Over a stack of dirt. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sift through that. Hopefully we'll be able to get some rubber saplings. Oh, we actually got more dirt over here as well. Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get some rubber saplings, and cactus and all the other things that we could get from that. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for this episode of Agrarian Skies 2. Hope you guys did like this episode. It's taken a bit of time actually to farm all those mobs over there. Yeah, usually my recordings don't take as long as this, but yep, this one took a little bit longer. Alright, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you did like it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.